Some wear many hats. D-Boss Lady wears many heels. Wife of celebrity barber Harold McDonald, co-founder of Life Choice Radio, author, criminal justice guru, creator of Unchained Coaching. Why is D-Boss Lady loved? She has a contagious smile and voice which comforts all. Have you had your interview with D-Boss Lady yet?
We're standing here outside of Round Rock Police Department because we had an exclusive interview with Chief Alan Banks, who gave us an insight on his personal beliefs, his personal strategies to make a professional impact on the city of Round Rock. And we are pleased to bring this interview to you today. Are you ready to help Chief Banks hold up his hands? Already in 2 years made a huge impact. Take us back to early life for you. How was life as you were growing up?
Growing up, I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I grew up with a biological father who had the world at his fingertips, and unfortunately he chose the route that kind of took that away from him. Grew up in a bad neighborhood, and the streets got the best of him, unfortunately. Fantastic basketball player. People really loved him, liked him, but drugs, alcohol, just overshadowed him and ended up eventually taking his life at some point. But being born and raised in that type of environment, ended up with a single mother. She had my older brother when she was 15, 16 years old, had me at 17 years old. Growing up like that and having to deal with that and live with that, we lived in poverty our whole life, grew up. Now we're living with my grandparents. Now that my biological father had moved out to the East Coast. My mom had to struggle. My parents had to struggle with 3 boys. And being in the neighborhood where there's gunshots and gangs and drugs activities and stuff, they kept us grounded. My mom and my grandmother kept us in church and says God will always be first in your life, and God will provide for you and take care of you. So God and basketball was how my brothers and I grew up. One of the things that I did, knowing that I was going to be a police officer since the 3rd grade, is I have to give back and make sure that our youth are taken care of. I knew how I grew up and the struggles we had as a family. My goal was to make sure that youth that were in that same situation realized there's a better way. There's a better way and better options.
So what are you looking forward to for the next couple years doing in Round Rock? And how do you plan on implementing that and making changes?
So we want to continue to focus on taking care of our youth. Our youth is very important to us. And again, like I said earlier, is if we start on our youth right now, our jobs will be that much easier in the future because we're hoping that we can mentor, teach, train, and coach our youth. And if we do that and get a hold of them now and let them trust us and have that relationship with them, we want them to have the right choices. I'm not out recruiting them and saying you have to be police officers. I want them to be productive community members. They're going to be our mayors. They're going to be our fire chiefs, our police chiefs. They're going to be our city councilors. These are the people we want to grab and get a hold of and tell them you can do it if you want to and put your mind to it. The other thing is we want to continue to work with partnerships with our community. We can't do it alone. It's going to take our community. It's going to take our officers doing it together to make this a crime-ridden or crime-free community. Our prejudice is not against people. Our prejudice is against crime, and we'll continue to focus on that in the next couple of years.
I love it. I love it. I know you heard that. It's against crime. That's awesome. How can people get a hold of the department and say, hey, I want to volunteer. I want to raise your hands up. I really want to get behind your initiatives. How can they come and show you that they're here for you and they're here for the department and they want to give you their time and tools?
Thank you. So we have a very strong social media platform and a fantastic public information officer in the name of Angelique Myers. We also have a community affairs officer by the name of Joseph Claypool. They can email him, call him or her, call me directly, and I'll get you plugged into the department. We are looking for volunteers. We want people from our community partnering with us to make that difference. One of the things that drives me crazy is somebody who complains and complains and complains but doesn't want to make that difference. Well, we're asking you to step up and help us make that difference. I've been to many churches. I've been to many community events. I've been to homeowners associations. I have been very active and involved in the community. I want you to come and be involved in the police department to help us make that change in our community.
Oh, that's awesome. Before we leave, can you look at the camera and tell our listeners and viewers what is one tip you would give to help someone become successful in their life?
The one tip I would say to become successful is just pay attention, look, and be determined. Look at the direction you want to go in your life, and make sure it's a positive direction. Take the right road, and the right road is always a struggle, and it's the hardest road to take. Don't take that easy road, because that'll just get you in trouble. So take that hard road, make the right decisions, and become productive in your community. The other thing is reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out and seek help and seek guidance, and let someone help you get there. Don't try to do it on your own, because you won't be successful.